It worked. We got it. We got it, everybody. I am so happy. Okay. It's going to take a minute because, of course, I am running a little bit late. We've got people on. Hi, everybody. You're going to see some reflection in my glasses, and I apologize. I'm using a fabulous ring light. I'm not using my Reiki mirror today. Hey, everybody. Okay. So, I am so happy that we have everybody on. I am really excited to do this training tonight. And I want to preface it with, for everybody who's jumping on, I might save this preface or I might re-preface it here in a minute. There might be a little bit of language. So, I don't know. I'm just going to give you guys that ample warning. I'll give you the earmuff signal if you need to earmuff anybody. But what I will say is tonight, my goal, this is a training that I did in my team months ago, probably about 6 months ago. But the goal of tonight's broadcast is to get you solid on why you're here, what you're doing, how far are you in, right? And explaining to you the 10 steps to success. I'm going to breeze through these 10 steps to success, but I want to really dig deep and figure out where my people are. Where are my people who are here to go all the way, right? Because what you're going to notice, and I'm reading this really interesting book, by the way. Hi, everybody. I'm reading this really interesting book called Emotional Intelligence. And in that book, what drew me to it was, in that book, it talks about how there's, we all know IQ, right? But then there's emotional intelligence, and it talks about why there are some people who can go into business and just be successful, right? They have this success, and then there's some people who don't, and it's all about emotional intelligence, but it goes down to more than just emotional intelligence, in my opinion. And that's what we're going to talk about here tonight, is we are going to get in and really dig deep. So sorry about this glare, by the way. We're going to dig deep into, have you burned your boat? And throw some hearts on the screen if you know what burning your boat is, and you've successfully and absolutely burnt your boat in this business and in this industry. And if you have, you may just need a refresher. Sometimes we just need a little bit of a kick in the pants, right? To remind us why we are here. A big thing that you want to understand is you need to know your why. I know when I first got in this industry, guys, people were like, oh, get your why. You have a why? What's your why? And I was like rolling my eyes at this. I'm like, who are these people? And why are they keep telling me I need a why? And why am I here? And why am I doing this? And all of that stuff. I rolled my eyes hard at that. But it wasn't until I got my why solid, it wasn't until I started really connecting with what I was looking to accomplish here, that I actually started doing anything, and I actually started seeing success, and I actually started seeing myself show that, prove to myself that I had the drive that was necessary to get there, right? And so roll your eyes at the whole why thing all you want. Roll your eyes at it. Say, oh, well, I'm here to, obviously I'm making more money. No, it needs to be deeper than that. Having an emotional connection to your why is solid. It's absolutely important. You must be 100% solid with your why. I am not wearing lip color. Shame on me. I didn't even put any lip gloss on for this. Like, what the heck is wrong with me? But the 10 steps to success, and we're going to go through this, and I want you to seriously listen to everything that I'm going to say. I promise you, I give you my Scout's honor that I will only give you things. I will never train anybody, not in my team, not outside of my team, no one. I will never train anyone on anything that I don't think is absolute crucial, imperative information, because I don't have time to waste, and I know you don't have time to waste, so no more wasting time. Trust me when I say that the things that I'm going to go over, I have found through tons of research. Green personality, I found through tons of research, and I know that these are things that you must know. You must implement in your business. So what we're going to talk about is how the 10 steps to success are just the things that you need to be implementing in your life more. And a lot of them are just emotional things. The first thing that I want to talk about is raising your standards. You'll see me hashtag raise your standards all the time. In our dream team, I always tell people, raise your standards. Hi, Erin. Get in. Oh, you're in the shower. Sexy. Erin just had a baby. She's having a post mommy shower that she probably so very much deserves. But I'm not going to read comments anymore. Look, I'm not going to swipe them away. Your hearts they give me life. Your emojis give me life, and I can actually see them this time. So we need to talk about how you need to raise your standards. Raising your standards in life is absolutely crucial. I did a live I think it was like last month or something, and I talked about how it is totally wonderful, and I absolutely recommend always be so grateful for what you have. Be abundantly grateful. Love what is surrounding you and thank God for it every day. Thank whoever, the universe, whatever it is, your energy. Be grateful. Be 100% grateful for what you have, but you never, ever be satisfied. You never become satisfied or complacent with what you have, ever. And I use this example in my training when I did this in my team, this house that I'm living in right now. When we looked at this house, I had this gush of emotions as I can't believe we're going to get to live here. Like, I'm so excited. This is amazing. We've been here for 3 years. And this house no longer fits in my standards anymore. It does not meet my standards. I had to raise my standards. And what you will find in life is every time you raise your standards, life comes right up and meets you. It meets you every single time. But you must decide to raise your standards. You must decide that you are worth more than what you have. Be grateful for what you have, but never be satisfied. Ever. You should never be satisfied. You are worth so much. You are worth so much more than what the world wants you to believe. And if you don't trust me when I tell you that, and you don't trust that you can do that and that you deserve that, you won't get there. You must always raise your standards. If you can raise your standards in life, as soon as you get somewhere, be grateful, show gratitude, be 100% grateful always, but say this isn't enough. If I can do this, what more can I do? And you push yourself to the next level always. But you have to decide it's a must. It's just like weight loss. Everybody talks about, oh, it took me so long to change, whether it was like losing 20 pounds or getting a new job or whatever it was. But the bottom line is change is not a lengthy process. Change happens in a split second. And why do we think it's this long process? It's because we sit and think about it. We sit and think about change. We sit and think about progress. We sit and think about our success and our goals and all of those things. We sit and think about them, right? But the choice, when we decide, okay, now I'm going to do this, this must happen. I've decided it's going to happen. That is the change. That split second decision where you decide it's a must. It's no longer a want, it's a must. I must do this. I must change. It's like you can say, I want to lose weight for years and years and years, right? But that split second change is I'm going to lose weight. And you go do it, and you get off your butt, and you exercise, and you eat right, you meal plan, you do whatever, you make more time for the gym, whatever it is. That change takes a split second. And so quit thinking that change is a lengthy process. You can make a decision today to change everything in your life, and now is when it will start changing. That is the end of it. That's right. Take action in spite of everything. Get out of the excuse mode. You have to quit making excuses for yourself. No excuses ever. So you have to shift things from a want to a must, or I should do this. I should work harder on my business. I should book more one-on-ones. I should book more parties. I should do more Facebook Lives, because if you're not doing Facebook Lives, you're completely screwing your business. You are totally cutting off an avenue of your business that would be absolutely amazing. If you're not on YouTube and you're not putting videos on YouTube, you're cutting an avenue of business off that is going to potentially provide you with what's going to deliver the next step of your business to you. But why don't you do it? Because you have fears, or you don't want to be on video, or I don't have lighting that's a ring light that's going to give you awesome glare and reflection like I have today. You give yourself these crazy excuses. But at the end of the day, you can talk about it all you want, but until you get off your butt and do it, it ain't ever going to happen for you. It ain't ever going to happen. And that's why I tell you, latch on to that why. If you are not latched on to that why, then that's the fuel in your gas tank. If your why is not powerful enough to fuel your engine and keep you moving and rolling and rocking every single day and working from the moment, every free second that you have, if your why isn't that strong, you ain't digging hard enough, honey. You are not digging hard enough, and you need to dig deeper and find a bigger and better why. Because once you do, that's going to fuel your engine like jet fuel. Woo! Dang, Mexico revved me up. All right. So what it is it's about raising your standards, saying, I'm sick of wanting this. I'm sick of wishing. I'm sick of saying, oh, I wish I was a executive director or executive rank or, whatever. Or I wish that I had a team of 100, or I wish that my paycheck was over $1,000 or over $5,000. I wish I had a 10K paycheck. Do you know how many leaders on my team are bringing home 10K paychecks plus? A lot. It's doable. It's possible. And trust me when I say it is absolutely just as obtainable for you as it is for them. It's just a matter of are they making the excuses, or are they getting up every day and are they working, right? So, see, I've got some girls. Throw some hearts on the screen if you earn more than $10,000 a month. And if you would love to earn $10,000 a month, watch those hearts rolling across that screen. Watch it, because it's happening all around you, right? But why aren't you there? It's because you're still sitting on your boat, and we're going to get to that here in a minute. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about raising your standards is this thing in our head, right? We have this thing in our head, this vision in our head, this crazy vision in our head of what we think we are. And I am guilty of it, so don't think that I am immune to this at all. I am not the great wise one that has the answer to everything. I promise you, I struggle just as hard as you each do every single day. But I have this little voice, and maybe you can put in the comments what your voice tells you. My voice tells me you have social anxiety, Lindsay. You're bad around people, Lindsay. You're socially awkward. You don't like to look people in the eyes, Lindsay. You don't do well in groups of people, Lindsay. You hate having a microphone in front of you, and you are so awkward in front of people. That's what my voice tells me. What does your voice tell you? I want to know what your voice tells you. What is it that that voice tells you? Because that voice is just that. It's just a voice. And I am slowly learning that it's just a voice. And that if I change that voice, because what's funny is that voice is in my head and my brain, right? And I have control of that. But we have this disposition of what we can or can't do. You don't know enough people. You're not good at sales. You don't do well in front of groups. Who's going to book a party with you? All of those things, right? We all have that voice of doubt in our head that tells us what we can or can't do, what we're bad at, or what we're supposed to be. You're always going to be broke. You're never going to have a car that's nice. You're never going to be able to buy a house that you're proud of. You're never going to be able to pay your kids' college. All of those voices that sit in the back of your head, right? Those will keep you from raising your standards. But what we have to understand is that we created that voice, or the outside world created that voice, and we harbor that voice, and we need to know that it's okay. It's okay to change that voice. Start telling yourself what you're good at. Start telling yourself what you are absolutely exceptional at. And instead of saying, I'm bad, like for me, my voice is, you're bad in front of people, Lindsay. People often mistake me as arrogant because my social anxiety debilitates me in such a way. People think that I'm a stuck-up bee. I'm not a stuck-up bee, I promise. I just freak out and shut down in social situations. I don't know why I do this, but you know what? Instead of telling myself, Lindsay, you're bad at this. Lindsay, you have social anxiety. Lindsay, you're not good with people. What I've started to tell myself is, Lindsay, you're getting better at this. Lindsay, you're going to learn how to beat this. Lindsay, you're going to learn how to be able to stand in front of a group of people with a microphone and be so confident. You're going to learn this. And I changed that inner voice. I changed the way that I talk to myself, and slowly I'm changing it. If you weren't in Mexico, which most of you weren't, you probably saw a video of me dancing like a horrific white girl in Mexico on Saturday night. We had a dance party, and you know what? That whole trip, I'm going to get real honest with you guys. I'm going to come in close. I'm going to get honest. I'm channeling my inner Kindleberg Brewer right now. We're going to come in close. We're going to have secret talk. That whole trip, I was there. When I travel into humid climates, I'm from Arizona, so it's really, really dry where I'm at. When I travel into humid climates, my skin goes nuts. It goes completely nuts. Like, I immediately break out. I have travel acne. I call it tracne. I have total tracne. And my skin was bad. I'm going, Lindsay, you are at the top, the tippity top of a professional makeup and skincare company, and you look like a freaking train wreck. You're on an incentive trip with all of these people that you love and respect, and you just want to go hide your face in a corner. And I did. I wore makeup when we went ATVing and jumped in a lake, and I was a complete wreck. I was a complete wreck over it. But you know what? By the time Saturday night rolled around, I got out of my bed and I was like, you know what? This is bull. Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I telling myself all of these things? And why am I once again letting this voice win? And you know what? I went up, I got ready. I had the most peaceful, serene day. We went parasailing, we walked the boardwalk, and I got in a zen place. I changed my inner mental monologue, and I told myself, you're going to have a phenomenal day. And I did. I had an amazing day, and I danced like a complete idiot the whole night. And you know what? Didn't care for a second. I had so much fun. I had so much fun that night, and I'm so grateful to myself for forcing myself to push away from that negative self-talk, right? And raise my standards, because my standards used to be, you can be there, but just hide in the corner. But my standards aren't that anymore. My standards are, if you're going to be there, you're going to be there 100%. And I raised my standards for my trip. And sadly, I wasted a couple of days being insecure and yucky. But on that last day, I had one day that could have just been that only one day. And it was just absolutely wonderful. It was such an incredible day. Jacob, we had just such an incredible time. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not pushing to be at the next incentive trip, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. You better be working for it right now, even though you don't even know what you need to work for. You don't even know what you're working for or what the qualifications are. Start working now, because if you miss it, I promise you, you're going to be sorry. Okay, moving on, back on track. We're going to get back on track here. So it's about raising your standards, and stop thinking about the things you want. Stop thinking about, right? Stop thinking about it. Get your butt out there and start doing. Stop thinking, stop waiting, wondering, wishing. You got a dream board, good for you. If you have a vision board or whatever it is and you're pinning pictures on it and all that stuff, good for you. But that dream board is doing nothing unless you're taking action on it. If you're not taking action, that dream board is going to collect so much dust. And dust is not delivering your dreams. Trust me when I say dust will not deliver your dreams. You got to get up, dust yourself off, and go take some serious action. Okay. So next one is to be truly fulfilled. What makes things magnificent in your life? What is your gift, right? What is your gift? And I'm going to tell you right now, makeup is not my gift. Makeup is not my gift. I can't do eyeshadow to save my life. If somebody asked me, I have people ask me all the time, will you do makeup for my wedding party? Do you apply makeup? And I like shed a tear of absolute, I'm holding in the laughter so much, I bring myself to tears. I am not gifted in the makeup realm. I'm actually not gifted in the tutorial realm. But I have my gift that I love is leadership. I love coaching people and I like uplifting people, and that's my gift. But I want you to figure out what your gift is and become fulfilled in what you're doing. Are you an artist? Are you a good leader? Do you captivate people? Are you an expert at something? I'm a product knowledge expert. That's my gift. You can ask me whatever you want about a product and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. You want to know which product is going to be best for your skin type? I am your girl. I am the biggest nerd when it comes to product education, and I highly recommend it to everybody out there because my network trusts me because of it, and they come to me and they know that they're going to get exactly what they're looking for when they ask me a question. That is my gift. Can you create visions for people and for yourself. What fulfills you? What raises your quality of life? What about it in this business that you do? Is it running parties? Is it talking to people? Is it networking? Is it doing videos on YouTube or makeup tutorials? Or, you know, what is it that when you do it, you step back and go, man, that was fun. God, I love doing that. That was just absolutely incredible. That's what you need to latch on to. You need to quit focusing on the things that you're not strong at, and you need to go maximize the things that you are strong at. Because I'm going to tell you, you are strong where others are weak. You are absolutely strong where others are weak. There are things that I am incredibly weak in that you are super strong in, and you're not maximizing on that. You're throwing away your potential. Yes, product education is phenomenal. I recommend it to everyone. All right, number 3, progress equals happiness. If you don't keep growing, you don't stay happy. Progress is about being alive, developing, and growing. Change is automatic. Progress is not. Okay? The seasons change. Things change, right? We all know that. Those things change. Progress is not automatic. Progress you must work for. You must be consistent. You must be persistent. You must be dedicated, determined, and disciplined. You must absolutely be working for progress every single month. If you are not pushing to beat your last month's PRV by $1 at minimum every single month, you're doing it wrong. That is not progress. That is standing still. I absolutely look at my PRV every single month at the end of the month and go, that's the number to beat. I look at my TGRV and I say, that was where we ended. That's the number to beat. And when you have that focus and you focus yourself in that way, you see continual progress. Even if you're beating it by $1, even if you're beating it by $5, that is progress. And that's what needs to be happening. And you need to celebrate that progress. Progress is not always rank, guys. It's not always rank. And I'm going to tell you right here and now, and I don't care what any other leader tells you, maintaining a rank, I think, is more special than hitting the rank originally. I think a promotion is all good and great. A promotion is all good and great, but if you're not maintaining it, what's the point? What's the point? Promotion maintenance is absolutely something way more powerful than a promotion. So just know that. Next one. We're on number 4. I'm talking myself to dry mouth and I didn't bring a drink. Ruben, if you're watching, will you bring me a drink, please? Next one. Love your customers. Fall in love with your customers. I had a one-on-one tonight. It was earlier this evening. Had a one-on-one. I love my customers. My customers love me. They absolutely love me. And when you love your customers and when you fall in love with your customers and they know you and you're welcome in their house and they come in, come on, let's go do makeup in my bathroom and show me what this is, and you build a relationship with your customers, that is the key to success. Your customer always must be happy. Your customer always must be absolutely thrilled with what's happening, with what you're doing, with what you're selling, and you need to keep them as spoiled as you can. Thank you. My husband's wonderful. Okay. So if you love them, they will love you, right? If you don't love your customers 100% and they don't know it, they're going to forget about you, sister. They're going to forget long and hard about what you're doing and who you are and what you offer to them. Stay in love with your customers. Most people only love their customers when they buy from them or respond to them. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. I'm going to tell you that's the quickest way to get no customer loyalty is if you only talk to them when you need something or you're only interested in them and that they're buying something from you. Nope, you need to be checking in. You need to be active on their Facebook pages. You need to be saying how cute their stinking kids are and how absolutely freaking fabulous their hair looks today or how cute that outfit looks on them. You need to be absolutely active and in a relationship with your customers. Okay, next one. Add value. Value-added marketing. People in this world are so sick of marketing, guys. They are so up to here with marketing. The amount of ads that are thrown in your face every single day would make, if you knew the actual number, it would make you physically ill. We are so absolutely sick of marketing that we're actually visually, science has shown that we block it out. We don't even see it anymore. We don't. So what's the difference that you can make? You need to add value. If you're not providing value to your customers, if you're not teaching them something, you're not educating them on something, if you're not showing them something new that they didn't already know, or something that they do already know but how to do it easier, then you're not doing your job. You need to be adding value constantly. If you're not adding value, you are not going to be seen as an expert. You're not going to be seen as a resource or a beauty guide, and that's what your title is. So live up to your title as a beauty guide, because that is what you are, and that is exactly what you need to be offering to your customer, is guidance in beauty. Add value. Okay, next one. Have a strategy. If you look at this business as something to meet your needs, this will be a business. Or I'm sorry, this won't be a business, but it will be a job. You'll never be able to sell it. Okay, and this goes into recruiting. All right. So listen to me when I'm saying, if it gives you what you want, but not what others want, you can't sell it. How can you sell this business to others? If you want to recruit and you want to go the attraction marketing route, and you know you have people watching you, you know you do. Every one of you do. You have people watching you, whether you like to believe it or not. You need to be sharing the parts of your business that are changing your life, your perspective, your self-confidence, your family, your family time, your free time, your wellness. Huge key word, guys, wellness. All of those things. If you're not sharing what's happening with your business, with your network on an absolute consistent basis, you're not selling. You're not going to ever sell this to anybody, okay? You're not going to sell this to anyone. People are afraid to talk about money. People are afraid to talk about how this business is providing them with solutions to their, to their life. As simple as it is, even if you're filling up your gas tank or paying your grocery tab with your Limelight card, you should be sharing these things, because those are the things, the little things, right? The little things are going to be what people look at and say, I would like to experience that. I'd love to have a little blue watercolor card that paid for my groceries every month. I would love to have a little blue watercolor card that filled my gas tank up a couple of times a month. And believe it or not, most people, when they come into this industry, have such a small expectation of what can be done here that they're usually only looking to do that. They're only looking for a few $100 extra a month. That's it. That's it. But you guys are all stuck in this mindset of, if I'm not buying a brand new car, no one's going to like me. No one's going to care about my business. It's not big enough for anybody. It's not big enough. It's not bad enough, whatever. I'm going to tell you right now that most people look at that and go, yeah, right. Yeah, right. They roll their eyes at that, because that's so far gone from what anything that they're ever even experiencing or ready for. They don't even think that they believe that that's a lie. They believe it's a complete lie. But you show them a grocery cart full of groceries and say, that cost me, I paid for this with my Limelight by Alcone card, they see themselves in that. They see themselves there. And if you're not showing that stuff to them, then how can they see themselves in this business? You must have strategy. It is a strategy, guys. It's absolute strategy, and you have to have plans when you're going and doing those things. How can I creatively share how this business is changing my life? And you need to be doing that. Next one, and this is where we're going to get a little bit wordy. So we're going to go earmuffs on this. If you need to step away for a couple of minutes. I want to preface this, though, by saying that I was going to play the video for you, but I'm going to post the video after this, because I think it's one of the most powerful videos I've ever seen. It's super quick. It's literally like 20 seconds long, but it's through Tony Robbins. I absolutely love Tony Robbins, but the first time I saw this video was a long time ago, and I literally just sat there and hit replay, 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 and it was absolutely amazing. But actually, we're going to find this, because I think you need to hear the video. But basically what we're going to talk about is how committed you are to your business. Will I find it? I don't think I'm going to find it. I didn't come prepared. I came prepared not to buy it, or not to play it. But, so let's talk about this. What is burning your boat? What does that mean? Because at the end of the day, people people come into this business and they give it a little bit and they go, it didn't work for me, or they complain and complain and complain about, I'm not where I want to be, and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, they're not giving their business their all. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of a secret. The secret between the people who are going through the ranks and they're consistently promoting and they're seeing that constant growth and they're moving forward and forward and forward, right? And they're consistently seeing that, what's the word? Progress. They're seeing that progress month after month. There's a difference, right? And what's crazy to me, what's crazy is I can show you what I've done. Other top leaders can show you what they've done. We can show you what is possible all night and day. But what's so funny is that only this tiny little fraction of you, this only teeny little baby fraction of you actually goes all in with their business. And it's just incredible. And so who here has failed, right? Throw some hearts on the screen if you have failed. I have. I failed in my life. Who here has failed, right? And then I want you to ask yourself, why did you fail? Why did you fail, right? And most people have every excuse in the book, right? I didn't have anyone to show me. No one was holding my hands. My upline didn't contact me. She didn't set up a one-on-one call every single week. I didn't get my kit fast enough, or I didn't get my kit and I missed my fast start, or I didn't have enough time. I didn't have enough this. I didn't have enough creativity. I was too afraid of Facebook Live. Whatever it was, right? We all hear the excuses, right? And what that boils down to is saying that there was a lack of resources. This lack of resources is why you failed, because someone else didn't give you what you needed to succeed. And I'm here to tell you, earmuffs, that's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. It's complete and utter bullshit. It is never, ever about resources or a lack of resources, because the ultimate resources are emotional states. Creativity, decisiveness, passion, honesty, sincerity, and love. If you have those things, I'm going to say them again. Creativity, decisiveness, passion, honesty, sincerity, and love. Those are the ultimate resources. The ultimate. And if you have those resources, you have access to anything that you could ever want. It is never ever a lack of resources that keeps you from achieving anything. It is a lack of resourcefulness. It is an absolute lack of resourcefulness. And if you do not engage with those resources, if you are not tapping into your creativity, if you are not being decisive, if you are not showing and sharing your passion, if you're not 100% honest in yourself, right? What's that key word? Yourself. If you're not 100% you, which is your honest, naked self, if you're not putting yourself out there and saying, love me for who I am, or don't, this is who I am, take me for it, if you will, if you're not sincere 100% of the time, and if you're not showing love for your products, for your customers, for yourself, for the people that are around you, for your team, all of those things, right? Those are the only resources that you need. But if you're not tapping into those resources, you will fail. You will absolutely fail. So it says, this is a quote from Tony. He says, these are the ultimate resources. And when you engage these resources, you can reach any other resource on earth. Resourcefulness is the ultimate resource. And if you don't have what you want, stop telling yourself the bullshit story that you don't have the time, the money, the knowledge, because it's bullshit. It's because you haven't committed yourself to a place where you would burn your boats. Hear me. It's because you have not committed yourself to a place where you would burn your boats, right? When you want to take the fucking island, you will burn your boats. Because why? Because when it comes down to whether you will die or succeed, people tend to succeed. And so what he is saying in this right here is saying, if you don't go all in, 100% in, right? If you roll up to an island on your boat and you want to take that island, you burn that boat. So there is no way back. There is nothing, no way going back. It's either die or succeed. And when it comes down to dying or succeeding, you will succeed. When I joined this industry, I'm going to get a freaking emotional right now. When I joined this industry, I had nothing. Nothing, you guys. Absolutely nothing. It left us with dollars in our bank account until the next payday. It left us with almost nothing. And that was my burn your boat moment, is if I'm doing this, I'm going all in. And I treated that investment, that small investment, as if it were $1 million investment, because to me and my family, it was. It was an absolute investment. And right then and there on my couch, on November 9th, 2013, I burnt my boat. I went all in and I said, fearful or not, no experience or not, you are going to come in here, you are going to learn this, no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it is. You're going to learn this, you're going to own it, and you're going to succeed at this. And I did. And I never accepted anything less for myself, because that was my commitment. My boat was burned. There was no going back. I was not going to hang my head in shame as a failure in my life one more time. It wasn't happening. It was not happening. And unless you're burning your boat, you will never take the island. You must go all in. You must put yourself out there in a way that makes you feel so afraid and naked. You must tell your network, these are my goals, and own them. And put yourself out there in a way that if you had to go back, there's no way. You will not go hang your head in shame. You will not be that person who fails at this, and you have to make that decision. You have to raise your standards for yourself. You have to decide for yourself, as I'm no longer going to be a quitter. I'm no longer going to be a failure. I don't care how long this takes or how hard I have to work or how many times I have to question myself. I will absolutely be at the top of this industry. I will earn the paycheck that I know I deserve. I absolutely will become the person, that confident, wonderful human being that can walk with their head held high and say, look what I did. When you can look your kids in the eye and say, look what I have accomplished. And you know in your heart that your children are absolutely proud of you. It has to be your only option. It absolutely has to be your only option. Unless you burn your boat, I'm not sure that you'll get there. I am not 100% sure that you're going to get there. So that is the burn your boat portion of this. And it's so incredible when I know someone is burning their boats. I will see people on Facebook Live. I'll be scrolling at night and I'll catch someone live who's having a complete and utter emotional breakdown. And what's funny is a lot of people burn their boats in the most dire situations in their life when they are at their lowest. But what I always say to people is, be so grateful for this moment. Be so grateful for hitting this rock bottom, this absolute rock bottom, and take what you can from it. Let that be the fuel. Let that be the fuel to say, I will never accept this in my life again. I will never allow someone to make me feel this way. I will never feel less than. I will never not be able to pay this bill, or I will never have to wonder if I have enough to cover my grocery bill or put gas in my car or whatever it is. In those moments where you are at your darkest place, when you are feeling like the whole world is caving in on you left and right, be so grateful for that moment, because those are the moments when winners are made. Those are the moments when success really, really starts sprouting, is when you say, I will absolutely never accept this in my life again. You have to take those moments because they are a gift. Those are the biggest gifts that you could ever imagine. Those are some of the most incredible gifts that you could ever imagine, is in those moments where you have nothing left. When you have nothing left, that's when your why shows itself to you. That's when you're going to know when your why is. If you don't know when it is, just wait until you hit that rock bottom. You'll know exactly what it is. It will reveal itself to you so quickly. And that's when you burn your boat. That's when you say, I don't accept this anymore. I deserve better. I work too hard. My children deserve more. I am worth more. And what's crazy is that we all have such a hard time believing this. You have two founders, Madison and Michelle. Michelle and Madison have literally hand-built a company. They have literally hand-built a company that is physically changing people's lives every single day. I was on Facebook Live on my personal page bawling my eyes out like a complete lunatic earlier today because I still can't absorb how much this company has changed my life and is changing the lives of the people around me. But the people that are getting that change, the people who are seeing that change are the ones who've burned their boats. They're 100% in and you'd never question it because you know that. They're here for life. They ain't going nowhere and they're going to keep working until the day they die because they're never going to be satisfied. They will never be satisfied. They will always be grateful, but they will never be satisfied because once you're in Limelight by Al Cohn, and you start seeing what you can accomplish here, and you start seeing what you're capable of, you never want to stop. It's never enough, and nor should it be, because you should be climbing and climbing and climbing to see just how high you can go. And that's what I get to watch these people do. And if I could infect people in a way where they would see that all they have to do is burn that boat, go all in, believe in themselves for 5 minutes, believe that they can do absolutely anything, and they just have to believe it. They just have to believe it. But you can't force someone to do that. And it's the hardest part of leadership, is seeing someone and seeing a group of thousands of women, literally thousands of women, that deserve so much. And it's right there for them. It's at the tips of their fingers. It is at the very tip of their fingers. But they don't believe that they can reach it, and so they don't even reach for it. And it's heartbreaking. That's the most hardest part of leadership, is watching people who could do so much just not do it because they simply don't believe they can. You must trust in yourself. You must believe that absolutely everything is possible. I am not feeding you a load of BS. I'm in the Fempire. Half of you, shoot. Half of you you're never going to benefit me anyway. But trust me when I say you deserve it. Trust me when I say that you absolutely have everything that you need. You don't lack resources. You don't lack anything. You have exactly what I have. Exactly the same thing. I have exactly what you have. We are equal. Our plates have the same thing on them. You just have to believe. You have to believe that you deserve it. You have to believe that you can figure it out, and you have to tap into every resource that you can find. Every resource. You have to take the time and spend your lunch breaks, your drive to works, listening to audiobooks, your lunch breaks, learning about your products, everything. You have to work for it. But you know what? That work isn't going to feel like work. It's the best work you'll ever do in your life because it's your freedom. You're working for your freedom. And nothing tastes better than freedom. I promise you. Sorry to get all emotional. So we talked about being resourceful. Next, we're going to talk about paying attention to little things. Pay attention to the little things. I tell my team all the time, here's success, here is failure. They are both made up of all the same things. All the little things. Following up with your customers, checking in for, does your customer need a refill? Sending out catalogs, sending out thank yous, creating new content, all of these things, right? Talking to your team. Low battery. All of these little things, being consistent, all the little things, right? Success is up here, failure's down here. They're all filled with the same exact things. The difference is failure. Failure is because you didn't do all the little things. Success is when you did do all the little things. There is no big secret here. Everybody needs to quit thinking there's this big secret, because there is no big secret in this industry. If I had it, my whole team would know it and they'd spill it. They don't keep secrets well. Please. If there was a secret, we'd all know it. The secret is hard work. The secret is doing the little things. The secret is turning off the television and missing your episode of This Is Us for the week, or Game of Thrones, or whatever it is that you watch. Success is turning that off and saying, I don't have time for this because I have an empire to build. I have a future to get set up for. I have a future to set up for. It's turning off those little things and prioritizing them, or turning off the TV and prioritizing the little things. Because you can do little things and you can see success, or you can not do the little things and you can see failure. It's completely up to you. But I can promise you right here and now that there is no big secret. There is absolutely no big secret. Don't ever come to me and say, Lindsay, what's the secret to sponsoring? Lindsay, what's the secret to growing a team? Lindsay, what's the secret to sales? There is no secret. The secret is hard work. The secret is getting out there and understanding it's a slow process, but it's a process that branches like a tree, right? It all starts here and it starts branching and branching and getting bigger and bigger. It's about being consistent. Dedication, determination, discipline, and patience. 3 Ds and a P. Okay. Next one, change your mindset. And this is the last one. Changing your focus. Can you train yourself to believe something? Who has a negative voice in the back of their head? It's time to train a new voice. It's time to absolutely retrain that voice in the back of your head, change that inner monologue, and absolutely start changing the way that you talk to yourself, okay? The difference between incantations and affirmations are repeating something over and over, but the problem is you haven't changed your physiology. Incantations are about speaking and embodying it with every single part of you. Tonight you have an assignment. I am giving you an assignment, and that assignment is I want you to get a notepad out, a physical notepad and a pen. Yes, you're going to write. Don't do it on your phone. You're going to get a physical notepad and a pen out tonight, and you're going to write down what you want your life to be 365 days from today. From today. What you want your life to be. What is it going to look like? Where are you going to be living? How will you be vacationing? What will your average monthly income be? What rank will you be in Limelight? Right? How will you spend your day? And you're going to get detailed with this. You're going to get incredibly detailed with how you will be spending your life 365 days from today. And then after you're done writing those things down, you're going to read over them. And I want you to force your body, force your physical body and your brain and your senses. What's it going to feel like? Right? What is it going to feel like when you are there? And I want you to physically, mentally put yourself in that place. And I want you to force your senses, force those senses to feel it. This is active visualization. Visualization is the most powerful thing. It is the most powerful thing that you can do for yourself. But I want you to start making it a habit, making it an absolute habit to begin visualizing this. What's it going to feel like on your drive to work? I want you to wrap your hands around that steering wheel and start forcing yourself to visualize and feel. Force your senses. What's it going to feel like? Go into La La Land. This is where you tap into your imagination. When you're driving in, how are you going to sit when you're driving in your dream car? How are you going to hold your steering wheel in your dream car? What kind of tunes are going to be on the radio? How are you going to feel? Is there going to be a top down? Is the wind going to be blowing in your hair? You need to be feeling this every single day. You need to be forcing yourself into a place where you can physically feel what it's going to be like when you're sitting in that area where you've written down a year from now. Visualization is absolutely the one thing that I swear has changed everything in my life. And if I didn't visualize, I don't think I'd ever got where I was going to be. I physically forced myself to feel everything. I walked through a house today, an absolute beautiful home. And the whole time I was visualizing, this is where I'm going to put this. This is where I'm going to put this. I've already decided that's my home. I will live there. We put an offer in on it. I know this man, he will accept this offer. I will live in that house. I have visualized it. I already know what my kids are going to look like going down that slide in the backyard, jumping into the pool. It's visualization, and I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. My car, the car in my driveway, I knew I was going to drive that exact car in that exact color with that exact interior, everything. Every single thing. And you know what? When I went to the lot to look at Buicks, the very first Buick I ever sat in, it just happened to have everything that I imagined. It was the same color. It had the same interior. It had everything that I wanted. It was waiting there for me. That's visualization. It's law of attraction. It's attracting the right things in your life. But I want you guys to physically write those things down and really get detailed and map out what your days are going to look like, where you're going to vacation, where you're going to live, how much your income's going to be. Get very, very detailed, right? And incorporate your wellness. How will you feel? How will you look, right? Will you physically look changed? Will you? What is that going to look like a year from now? Because I'm going to tell you right here and now that a lot can happen in 365 days. You would be amazed at how much can happen in 1 year. It would blow your ever-loving mind to see what happens in 1 year when you remain focused and you burn your boat and go all in and run like hell. So go run like hell in your business. Thank you for coming on to the Fempire. I appreciate every single one of you. I love doing these so much. So much. And if you follow me on Facebook, sorry for crying earlier. I don't want to bring it up on this one. I was going to intro with that story, but I wanted to look pretty decent through the whole thing. I've already reapplied my makeup once today. We're done with that. So I love you guys. Please believe me. I am begging you to believe me that all you have to do is believe in yourself. That's all. Trust me when I say that it's a simple choice. So make that decision and go rock your own world. Make yourself damn proud every single day. I love you. All right, bye.